Yo, what's up? So today I'm gonna be doing a review for Friday, or the 22nd. Just basic, showing my trades. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Let me bring Top Step X over here. All right, so before Friday, so first of all, here's the daily chart. We're just bullish on the daily, nothing in particular. You know, whoops. Yeah, so bullish on the daily, down to the 4 hour. If we look at the 4 hour, um, I was looking at this range. So high to low, high to low. So you might already be seeing the pattern, but pretty much we had, yeah, there's that previous high. So pretty much what we saw is that the entire week was just a big MXM. Pretty much we dropped down halfway on the S, 25 on NQ, and then 75 on the Dow. And on the 4 hour, when I see this, I don't even think twice. Like, I knew we were bullish today. How bullish? No, but I know we're really bullish. So that confirms it for the 4 hour, right? So if I look at my whiteboard, if I look at the whiteboard, you can see I put the up arrow on the 4 hour, and then moving on. So then we jump on that 1 hour. So hopping on the 1 hour, I pulled up at 8 o'clock. So this is pretty much what I saw. And I don't know about you, but to me, this is obvious. A weekly cycle, right? Weekly cycle. Here's the failure swing. We ran away from the failure swing aggressively, which means we don't need to come back to it. This is bullish. No need to think twice. Right here, we have Wednesday. Wednesday got swept on the Dow. So then we had one of those classics where it's like SSMT, SSMT. So we had double at the low. Very bullish scenario. Then drop down to the 15-minute. We see this gap over here that needs to be filled. Obviously, we didn't sweep London. We won't need to sweep London because of the weekly cycle. We just need to have a retracement. So right there's 9 o'clock. There's 9:15, and then we that's 9:30. Anyway, so I'm looking for that gap, right? So then this next candle for me jumped into that gap and ripped away. If you go on the 5 minute, you can see it ran perfectly into that fair value gap. And this exact 5 minute candle is also a PSP with the Dow, and then we run away. And then onward, we don't come back to that level. At 10 a.m., we had the Jackson Hole News meeting thing. We spiked up, and that was the rest of it was just delivery for the rest of the day. Now, talking about my entries, I'm going to take a look at that. So, my first trade, let me open this up. So, unfortunately, on my very first trade, right when we swung down at 9:30, I entered very, very aggressively, which was an amazing entry at the very, very low of the day, which would have gave me 30 or R if I held all the way through to up there TP. But I closed it break even. Well, I closed it at -$5. All right, it was a bad week. It was a pretty bad week, but you know what happens. I closed at -$5. Um, and so it was a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Like, I already bashed myself for it, so I'm not gonna keep going. But you see, low of the day, lowest candle of the day, pretty much sniped the hell out of it. I'm not that mad about it, like, hey, we all make mistakes. It's okay. So either way, after this, after I close this one, later on I saw this pullback happened to 930, so I entered. I had a combine, so oh no, I didn't enter there. I entered lower, past the combine. Oh wait, this is I'm cute. My bad. Here you go. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. Entered here, passed. Got my 3RR in the combine, so I won that trade. It says two because of I accidentally took it on the MNQ at first. So halfway done with this one, I put on the daily loss limit of 500. So it was just a basic 1 to 3 there. And so because I pretty much realized like, okay, we're just gonna expand. It's my fault for it's my fault for leaving there, but it happens, Like that was kind of my approach. So, but anyway, going into next week, pretty much I have this combine halfway past. I might clip a 1 to 3 RR on Monday, pass it, and then just trade the funded. I'm just gonna go 500 a day risk the way that I've been going. I totally understand that this is not good results, but when I look back at how the way I traded, um, Wednesday was Wednesday was an unfortunate day for outside of trading reasons, and then I got really stressed out while I was looking at the charts, and then it kind of just threw me off. But Wednesday was going to be a huge winner. Friday should have been a huge winner, and then um, Thursday was a complete loss. Monday was a complete loss, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, those were just very, very silly losses, and I honestly have. I'm not gonna bash myself at all for it. I just it's just something that hey, every once in a while it happens. I've got to keep my mind right, go on my morning walks before the trading, and I'll be chilling because I was supposed to make at least 1,500 on Wednesday, dude. At least 3 bands. Like I was looking at, it, I'm like, dude, what is going on? I mean, I at least 3 bands I should have made. That loss was so silly. So like, and same as Friday. This would have been a 5K week minimum if I just chilled and did what I do. So I'm just gonna stick with that. And then I got 4, 5 because I have another Express account. All of these ones are what like minus 370 something around there. So I'm literally my goal is get one payout from one express. So like just push it like get a 1 to 3 RR twice, get to like 3K, pull out like 1,500, and then at that point I'm like, all right, then I'm gonna copy trade the rest of them at the same time, risk 200 a day, 200 to make 600. That's so winning day is 3 bands, right? Because 6 by 5. So then a losing day is 200, 200 by 5 a band. So a band to make 3 bands. And if I get 2 winning days a week, which is positive 6K, and then I lose, like, let's say I get 2 wins a week, 3 losses, that would be 500. So, so let's say 2 wins a week, right? So on one account, that would be 1,200 because 600 plus 600. And then the other 3 days I lose. So I would end up with 600, 3K a week. 3K a week is solid. That's enough to pay the bills. So 3K a week is perfect. So when I count 5 accounts at once, I'm no joke risking 200 a trade, one trade a day. And it's going to take me 2 entire weeks of heavy losing in order to blow the account. And in September, October months, I don't see that happening. I'll be honest. And yeah, I'm just gonna push it that way and just go at it because I think that's the best way to go about it. And I'm patient. I don't need the money right now. I need to set myself up for the following year because right now I don't really need money for anything, so I can save up the XFAs as well. because I use auto lock. So after one trade, I'm closed and moving on. My day is very tight and packed. So anyway, moving on. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys next one. Adios.